The 3rd Legionis Astartes was once such a celebrated band of warriors that they were given the honor of being known as the Emperor's Children. Under their Primarch Fulgrim, they... Okay, no, I'm sorry, I just can't do it this time. I know that all of my expansion card reveal videos always start with exploring the lore behind the cards that I get to share with you all, but this time I am just too excited to go through all that. Everguild are allowing me to present a card today which has what must surely be the most exciting and most disruptive addition that the game has ever seen, and I just can't wait to show you that as soon as possible. But before we get to that, I also have 2 other cards that I have to show you first. One is a card that we knew was coming for a long time, and the second is a card which just makes sense and will not be surprising. But after that, we will get into the main event. So let's start with a new warlord for the Emperor's Children, Marius Vairosean. There is very little to surprise us here. We saw him in the trailer for the expansion, we have played him in past events, and if you have the Calidus Assassin Warlord, you have most likely played as him for a few turns at least on the ladder. Marius is a medium initiative epic rarity warlord with 2 attack and 35 health, which is actually an increase in health from the 30 HP version that was previously in-game at times. He has an active ability that deals 1 point of damage to a random enemy and stuns it, in return for costing 2 energy. Having played as him a lot in the past, I know that this is a very powerful early game ability that retains some utility in late game and even has the possibility of changing the outcome of a match towards the end. Marius is particularly disruptive to warlords who fight with few troops at their side, or who find themselves suddenly alone when all of their troops are unexpectedly destroyed. The second card to reveal today is a common vehicle from the Emperor's Children. Mercutio is one of the few rare low-cost vehicles in the game, coming in at just 2 energy with average stats of 2 attack and 2 health. It does have a useful passive ability. Flank allows it to help clear up enemy boards in early game and finish off damaged enemies in late game. And this synergizes perfectly with its Perfection ability, which is triggered when you use up all of your remaining energy while playing this card. In this case, Mercutio will gain sneak attack and thus remain undamaged on the board as an added threat to your enemy. A particularly cunning warlord will find ways of pairing this with effects that allow Mercutio to be played at a cost of 0 energy, which could allow you to play this card to trigger Perfection twice in the same turn, with all of the advantages which that brings. But by now, you must surely be eager to see the card that I referred to earlier, the one that is, in my opinion, the most exciting addition to this game. Let's get on with that then. Kakophoni Commander is an Astartes that costs 6 energy and brings lackluster statistics for that, a mere 4 attack and a subpar 5 health. He has no rally or active ability, just a passive ability. Why then am I so worked up about this card? It is because it has the most powerful passive ability ever seen in the game. In the lore, the Kakophoni were sometimes known as the Noise Marines. In battle, they would use warp-enhanced sound as their weapon, not just inflicting physical harm, but also driving their foes practically insane. So it is fitting that while Kakophoni Commander is in play, whenever an enemy attacks, the target is chosen randomly amongst all other units in play. I had paused there for a moment to let you think about the implications of this, but let me explain this further, starting with the very first part of the sentence, when an enemy attacks. This card will affect not just enemy troops, but the enemy warlord as well. It affects only the normal direct attacks that a card can do. The targeted active special abilities of cards, such as Mortarion Stun or Korvax's 1 damage ability, are not affected by Kakophoni Commander in any way, and they will work as normal. Let me now explain the second part of the sentence. The target is randomly chosen among all other units in play. Yes, this does mean that when your enemy tries to attack one of your units with, say, one of his troops, he might hit his intended target. He might, however, hit a different unit of yours, such as your warlord, or your strongest unit, or your weakest unit. He might hit one of his own troops. He might even hit his own warlord. Alternatively, if your opponent is attacking with his warlord, he might end up hitting his own most powerful troop instead. There is more. When choosing a random target, the effect of frontline is ignored. The effect of stealth is ignored. The effect of precognition is ignored. When the attacking unit hits a random target, neither side can rely on using frontline as protection. Units with stealth are just as likely to be hit as those units without stealth. Units with precognition, they may not see the unexpected hit coming straight in at them. There is no way at all to be sure that you are safe from a unit that is driven mad by the Kakophoni Commander. If you lack the means to swiftly destroy this unit with directed abilities and tactics, it can very quickly turn the course of a match. I have heard from Everguild a story of one match during playtesting, where an entire board of heavily buffed Dark Angel's troops faced the Kakophoni Commander, and mostly destroyed themselves before a lucky attack was able to kill the corrupted Marine. And of course, this is not a legendary card, which is powerful but not a concern anymore after it is killed once. Kakophoni Commander is an epic card, so you are allowed to have 2 copies of it in your deck, making it more likely to get played in each match, and allowing for a second copy to be played if the first was not enough. I am certain that the release of the Emperor's Children reinforcement cards this Friday will drive a horde of pleasure-seeking deviants to revisit their card collection and start building decks for Slaneesh's Chosen Legion once more. Kakophoni Commander will bring an exciting, thrilling, and delicious new twist to ladder matches, while the other new cards that we have seen today and the others that will come for the Legion will refresh decks that have until now become stale to the taste. The temptations of the Dark Prince will become irresistible within days, and I look forward to exploring them in combat with you as we continue with Wave 2 of the Galaxy in Flames. It has been a thrilling delight to have you watch this video, and until we meet on the battlefield, goodbye for now.